Good morning, and here we are. Where are we? Well, this is Dawson Creek. We are on the Alaska Highway. We stayed here last night in this really cute, adorable Airbnb that was fantastic and cheaper than most of the hotels around here. So if you get a chance, check out Airbnb. You'll need a place to stay in Dawson Creek. So yeah, it was a goal to get to that sign that says, the world's famous Alcan. And here I am. Couldn't be more excited and pumped about doing this trip. I know it seems a little fake, but in reality, it's true. Here we are. Well, we got a long 1,200 miles to get to Chicken, Alaska. That's where we're going. I have the dashboard of the bike set to kilometers, but I'm keeping my GPS set to miles just to make it easier. Fuel mileage. And I'm using the fuel mileage tracker thing on here as well. So yeah, hopefully gonna stop for breakfast real quick. Hopefully there's something. Highway done. Let's get to Alaska. So it feels so surreal to be here on this highway, especially. Oh, is this a graded bridge? Oh, nice, wonderful. Interesting. Here we go. What do we got on here? Bicycle people? Walkers. No, generators. Normally these bridges don't bother me. You just kind of let the bike go. That's the longest one I've ever been on, besides the big Macanaka. That's for you, Rhonda. The Big Mac. That's what we call it. Mackinac. The Mackinac Bridge. Here we are. We're still on the Alaska Highway. We'll be on this road for a couple days. I think I got 4 days of this highway. Actually, I'm going to jump off this highway, and I'm going to do a little bit of the Robert Campbell Highway. But I wanted to show you guys that right there. You can see some pretty dark clouds. It looks like some nasty storms. I'm looking on my radar too, and it's showing some red, which means nastiness. Thankfully, our highway is taking us this way, and that storm's moving that way. So hopefully we're not going to run into that. That's a big sign, huh? So we're like 100 miles basically into this Alaska Highway. We have 350 miles to go to our, hopefully, lodging spot. I do have a campsite reserved at Strawberry Fields, I think it's called. I am going to go to Lead Springs first, though, and I'm hoping I can get one of the, drive-in sites. I'm hoping that it's a Wednesday or Thursday. I'm not sure what today is. Today's Wednesday? Yesterday? I'm not sure. But, yeah. Come on, Alaska Highway. Get me around those clouds. Yeah, I just wanted to show you the fucking rain clouds. Whoop-de-doo, right? I am prepared for good rain. I will say I'm pretty happy with my waterproof gear. If it does rain, I'll need to just pull over and put my rain gloves on. These are my summer gloves. And everything else should be fine. So, yeah. This is the Alaska Highway. Yep. It's so surreal being on this road too. I have not, I've read about this road. I've known about it for so long. And back before the internet, I got a couple books about it. Every time I found a magazine that kind of talked about it, especially travel magazine like Rider magazine. You know, I would read as much as I possibly could on the Alcan highway. And, you know, then when the internet came around and you could search for things like this on the internet, and then especially YouTube. And, yeah, you know, I've watched so many YouTube videos on this road. It feels like I've been here already because I kind of know all the places that, you know, that people stop at and go. I'm hoping to see some stuff that I didn't know about. One of them was, or that I didn't, you know, find out about on YouTube. One of them was the old original wooden bridge. That was really cool. I think I read about that in a magazine. But, and if you go there, if you're watching this video and you go there, I put one of my stickers on the sign there, so check it out. Take a picture of it. Send it. Here we are at the old wooden curved bridge on the old Alaska highway. It's pretty cool too, because this is actually banked. Not much water on that river. It's for you, Tommy. Ooh. So this is like not even 10 miles north of Dawson Creek. Wow. And it feels weird walking towards this end because you feel like you're going to go right over the edge. It's alright. Time to go. We'll get some miles to do today. Show me. So, yeah. I'm not sure when the next big town that has fuel is going to be, but probably going to have to stop within. I'll definitely need to stop before I get to my campground. Twice, it looks like. So, that's it. We'll keep the camera ready to go in case we see some wildlife. I don't really want to see wildlife. If I see it, I want it to be like standing over there, just kind of like looking at me. There's Mr. Black Bear, right there. What's he doing? What's he doing, that guy? What are you doing? I'm not exactly sure where on the Alcan I am, but I've been driving through this area for like maybe 15 miles, and it's just amazing. All the torched forest is. It's incredible. How remote it is out here. Thankfully, the rain stopped. It's been pouring rain for about 2 hours. It just stopped, so I saw this little spot here. Had to take a pee. I figured I'd pull over and take a couple pictures of the torched area. So the bike's getting a little dirty already. Poor Moto Guzzi. But one thing I love about traveling out in this area is every motorcycle you see is loaded like mine. You know they're traveling. And pretty much all I've seen is just trucks, campers, and motorcycles. So you don't see like passenger cars on the Alcan, which isn't surprising. But yeah, so I just thought I'd take a little break here, take a little drink, and then I'm gonna keep on moving on. So see you down the road.
There were some spots where as far as you could look on both sides was just torched earth. This little spot between Fort Nelson and Fort St. John is about 150 miles of remote, just like you see right here. There's no restaurants, there's no gas stations, just nothing but you and Mother Earth.
Yeah, when I was at that little Chinese restaurant yesterday in Fowler, I got this drink, and the girl says, "Oh, that's my favorite because it's got little gummies inside of it." Yeah, you actually, it's full of things that you chew, plus you drink. It's like jelly. How bizarre, but delicious. Kick shit up. So that's it. Peace.
How you doing? You all set? Just gearing up for that? Yeah. Yeah, it's not that bad. No. You good to go? Alright. Have a good ride. Oh my gosh! Check this out. Yeah. Check this out. Yeah. Alright, check this out.
Okay, here we are. Where are we? Well, we're at a place called Toad. There's Toad River. That's Toad Mountain. And these are the Toad cabins. And here's my cabin. So I'm supposed to camp again tonight, but if you can't tell, it's raining and it's 50 degrees and it's supposed to rain all night long. So no, it was a backup plan. And I got myself a little cabin. So let's take you inside, do a little cabin tour. Nice knotty pine, little bathroom, 2 beds, and a view of the lake and the Motoguchi. So I will say, Alaska Highway did not disappoint. From Fort Nelson to here, 140 miles, I think. And wow, amazing. There's some sections that are just like crazy that goes through Stone Mountain. What did I see for animals today? Well, I saw 4 bears individually, not together. One of them I think I got on camera. The other 3, it was pouring. Then I had a little encounter with a baby moose. You'll see that on my GoPro video, and I think I got a little video on the phone, so I can attach it to this video. That was a little freaky. And then about a half a mile away, I saw the mama moose. That mama was big. The baby was big, but the mama was huge. And then I came across a family of bighorn sheep, maybe, or yeah, mountain sheep or bighorn sheep, I guess. They were right on the side of the road, mama and a papa, and like 4 little kids, and that was interesting. But great day. About 390 miles, I believe, today.
Good morning, everybody. It is day 11 on the road. We're in Toad River campground here in Toad River, BC. There's the bike. There's the river. Stayed in his cabin last night because we woke up this morning. It was 49 degrees and raining, so I'm very happy I was not sleeping in a tent last night. I did hear the rain all night long pouring, so very nice little cabin here. And because of the exchange rate, it's only $108 for the night, so can't beat that. Let's do a map update. Where we been? What we doing? All right, the last we left you, we were in Edmonton, Alberta. And so we had a day off there, which was day 8. Day 9 started as a beautiful day. Oh, and I found my red marker. So day 9 started beautiful. It was nice and sunny, a little chilly, but sunny. We jumped on the Trans-Canadian Highway and started heading westbound all the way up here into this little town called Valley View. And from Valley, and there's nothing in between here, just all farms and nothing, straight, flat, boring. Then we did a little detour. Most people go through Grand Prairie to get to Dawson Creek, but I wanted to go up and visit this little town called Falher, which is right here. And that's where the world's largest bumblebee was, in Falher, Alberta, Canada.
Falher, Alberta, Canada. And nobody knows why they have the world's largest bee here, but they are proud of it. So, and I asked a bunch of people in town where to eat, and everybody said come to this Chinese restaurant. So I'm having Chinese food for lunch.
And had lunch there, met a nice family from Calgary. Actually had lunch with the people a family that owned the Chinese restaurant, and got to talk to them, so it was really kind of pleasant. And then we started working our way towards Dawson Creek, and I did a little detour right here to get to this river crossing because there's a big, huge, beautiful bridge, and I love checking those out. So I went up there, turned around, came back, and then worked my way, crossed into British Columbia, and found my way at Dawson Creek. And that's where that day ended. So that was day number 9. And then Dawson Creek is where the world's famous Alaska Highway starts. And so we had a nice night in Dawson Creek. I rented a little Airbnb, which was beautiful. Again, another crappy, rainy night and cold. So I guess I wasn't expecting temperatures to be where they are. But some people have told me that this is normal. Some have said that it's not. But anyways, we stayed in an Airbnb. We got up yesterday morning. We left Dawson Creek and we started on the official Alaskan Highway. We made it to Fort St. John, had our breakfast there, and then continued on. And from here all the way to Fort Nelson was amazing. Very, very remote. Nothing there. You come into a couple little towns and you might see one house or 2 houses, but very remote, very wooded. And by the time we got to Fort St. John, it rained this entire time through there. So it poured. It was cold, wet, yucky. It just really sucked. We got to Fort Nelson, fueled up, had some lunch at an A&W. I must say those are pretty good burgers at A&W, and they're everywhere. So from here, my plan was to camp at Liard River Hot Springs. But, here's the heavy rain again. Nice. I was watching the weather here, and it said it was going to rain again. So I'm like, oh, shoot, I don't want to camp in the rain. Across the river from the hot springs is a lodge. I called them. They were full. There's another lodge around here. I called them. They were full. So I'm like, oh, I'm just gonna have to see what we get. So this was probably around 2 o'clock when we left Fort Nelson, and we stayed on the Alaska Highway. And I will say that this section of the Alaska Highway is phenomenal. That's where I saw the moose, the baby moose, the mama moose, the bighorn sheep. It was just, the road was crazy. It goes up and over a mountain. And I ended up coming into Todd River, which I think is right about where that is. They had one cabin left, so I snagged it. And yeah, so that's where day number, what was that? Day number 10 was right there. And that's where we find ourselves. So today's going to be a nice, easy day. This was 380 miles, almost 400 miles. This was 400 miles. I've been averaging about 400 miles a day. Today, we're going to have breakfast here. We're going to stop at the hot springs, take a bath in the hot springs, and then we're going to end in Watson.
Okay, here
Lake,
we are.
which is right
We're
there.
just
So
pulling
it's
out
less
of
than 200 miles.
Toad River, where we stopped,
which will be nice.
Yesterday. But I just ran into this father-son team in there, and check out their bike. We got an old school Virago and an Eliminator. Holy shit. I haven't seen one of these since the mid-80s. Nice. Father-son team from Indiana. They were up in Skagway. They're heading back towards home, but yeah, I gotta give these guys fucking major props for traveling that far on those old school rides. Adam, you'll love that Virago 1100, huh? Nice. All right, it's pouring rain. It's gonna be a crappy day. Us motorcyclists, you know what it's like when you have a day like today. You gotta get to where you're going. It's raining, so you just fucking buckle up and do it, right? See you down the road. Peace. Okay, I learned a lesson. Anytime you see a vehicle pulled over like this, there's something there. And I guess it's just a person peeing. Yeah. I thought it was, maybe there's a moose in the water. I just pulled over and turned all my cameras on because I saw that guy parked there. The last two vehicles I saw parked, there were like buffalo everywhere, and I think I caught them.
Watching as the morning sun rises, as I walk on my way through the rain, peel away every doubt that I have.
Hello, big fella. How you doing, buddy? You're a big boy. Woo!
You they are wings to embrace, feel like words from an old prophet
Hello.
Hi.
How are you?
I'm good. You?
Good. Is this where I come in to go to?
So
All right.
check in with myself.
Okay.
It's $5, please, and thank you.
I wanna share it with you.
Oh my goodness.
I wanna share
Look
it
at this
with
thing.
you. I feel
Okay, here we are, going down the boardwalk. What a cool area, huh? Moose and minerals. So going down to the hot springs. See when we get in there. All right, so here we are. Where are we? There we go. There it is. Getting hot water. We're going in there. walking back from the springs. It's quite a walk back there to get down there. And it was pretty cool. Would I come back? Probably come back in the winter. But it was nice. It's a really beautiful area though. So next stop is fuel, maybe lunch, and then Watson Lake. And once we get to Watson Lake, we'll check in, and then we'll go hang our license plate at the Signpost Forest. So, of course, we'll take you with us. Well, you know what? It's not just an SUV that Chevrolet makes. It's also a territory in Canada, and I made it here. I rode my motorcycle from West Boylston, Massachusetts to the Yukon. The Yukon. Unbelievable. This must be a brand new sign. And guess what? The mosquitoes are out. Finally. The rain has stopped. The sun is shining. And we're in Yukon. Oop, that's a bee. Alright, next stop, Watson Lake. I need to take a nap. I'm exhausted. Bye. Alright guys, here we are. Where are we? Well, we're on the Alaska Highway. This is Watson Lake. And what do you stop at when you're in Watson Lake? Well, you gotta stop here. You gotta stop at the world's famous... Oh, looks like rain's coming in. You gotta stop at the world's famous Signpost Forest. So if you don't know, which I'm sure everybody does, you know, the Signpost Forest was started then back in the 40s when a young soldier who was working on the Alaska Highway project put up a little sign because he was homesick and telling everybody where he lived, how many miles away, and it's morphed into this. 100,000 signs, maybe more, who knows. I did put a sign up. Here is, right when you first come in, if you want to come and try to find this sticker right there, Piccadilly Pineapple Adventure Trail, Western Mass. Gotta ride it. I walked around here for a long time because I was looking for, and if you're watching this on YouTube, you probably know of BWOM by way of motorcycle, and Billy Music was his name, and he was here with his buddy Tracy probably 15 years ago.
In a more serious note, we're actually heading towards the Yukon River. It's making everything really real, really real and scary.
And I wanted to put up one of my stickers next to his sticker because he was like the first YouTube series that I watched on riding to Alaska, and very influential. So, but I looked, I could not find it. So I put up a couple of stickers and I put up my own license plate. So when you come here, look for this cool old dozer. All right, it's got some stickers on it. And if you come around to this side, you'll see Right there. New England Sport Touring. That's my license plate from my camper. So come check it out. Take a picture of it. And that's it. And if you ever come here and you see an Oklahoma license plate with a BWOM sticker, let me know. There's a nice New England reference right there. So this place is really cool. I walked around quite a bit. I did not see one other Massachusetts plate. I'm sure there is, but I didn't see one, so I just left one. That's it. See you tomorrow.